Hey, Stephen. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm trying to catch up here. Let's see. I'll explain in a second what happened. Let me just get these lights. That's better. That'll work, right? A little bit better. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Two, one. Sorry, guys. I'll explain. I'm late. I didn't do my homework. All right, there we go. Right. All right, I can see. All right, so I'm sorry I'm late. This is not really like me to be late on time, but like teachers are not allowed to come to their classrooms late. I realized that if I didn't take the time to see my son, it was going to slip away from me. So I invited him out for dinner. We had a really nice dim sum. Does anyone know what dim sum is? Dim sum. We had we went to Chinatown and we had a dim sum is like they bring you little plates. Instead of having a big meal, you have just a bunch of little, it's like having a bunch of little hors d'oeuvres. It's really nice. So we had some dim sum. He never had this before. And I felt like I had somewhat deprived him of a normal, secular Jewish upbringing, that he's never had really, decent Chinese food. Like when I grew up, as a secular Jew, Chinese food was what it was all about. He grew up as a religious boy, but I didn't want him to miss part of his valuable education of sitting in a Chinese restaurant with his father and chowing down on some delicious Chinese food. And one thing, I don't know if you guys know about it, but he had never had hot and sour soup, which is one of my favorite soups. I said, Melody, you never had hot and sour soup? I said, let's order some hot and sour soup. And he liked it. He really, so now I feel like, and I was explaining to him that there's certain, right. It's a, I don't know about Christmas, but in the Jewish world, in the secular Jewish world anyway, it was a big deal. But there's certain things, because he was raised as a religious boy, so he got he has a really good religious education. He knows how to speak Yiddish, and he knows Hebrew, and he really understands a couple of different languages. And but when I grew up, I learned how to ski, I learned how to sail, I learned how to skate. He didn't. So it's a trade-off. And I kind of feel like I didn't do what my parents did for me. So, it's always nice to try to catch up. What happened to my lights? They just flipped out on me. I'm sorry, guys. What is going on here with the lights? Let me just see this. What's going on with you guys? You got bright on me, and now you're darkening. Chinese food, yeah. But it was, I realized, if I don't take the time out, man, I mean, it's just gonna, I'm not, it's one of those things that you got to, you just have to force yourself. And I learned a lot about myself in this adventure. I learned that, I do not, I really, I loathe, I hate. I mean, I don't like. I mean, I like it, but I don't like the idea of it. I don't like the preparation, but I don't like to travel. I'm a kind of person who I really like to stay home. But once I travel, once I was out, once I was there, it was very exciting. It was fun. So, Julie Harris, yeah, your parents never ate Chinese food, huh? When you started working, interesting. But once I got out, it was good. I mean, so but oh my gosh, to get me outside the door, it took me like, I just put on a coat and get out the door. It's like, well, do I have the right shoes? I came back 20 times to check my shoe. Well, it's raining out. I need these kind of boots. I can't do this. And what about this? What if I don't have a handkerchief and I do have, it's like I'm such a baby when it comes to, I just go, man, but it's a kind of the kind of traveling I'm on subway the whole time, and it's a little nerve wracking. And it was the first time I traveled from here to Chinatown, so it was I have something of like an excuse, some small amount of excuse, but all this is in preparation. There's a longer trip that was planned for me, and I'm debating whether or not to go. It's for a few days, and I would still broadcast, I think, at the regular times. But please don't go to Mexico. Yeah, I'm not going to Mexico. At least not yet. I mean, that's for a couple of months away. But I'm not. I haven't made a decision on that, and that's yeah. For me, just to go to Chinatown was a big adventure. So yeah, so I went to see my son, and I thought I could get back on time. I miscalculated the time, and uh, subway took a while. Usual. But I had a really nice meal with my son, and it was really kind of fun because I understand the chances of him coming in for well, first of all, I don't think he should come for Shabbos because he has friends where he is, so he should stay with his friends. Once in a while, he could come still, stay with his father, but he wants to build freedom cities and flying. Yeah, I love that, Chadwick. That really floats my boat, man, because I'm all about like the architecture in our society is disgusting. It's like, who would build these kind of buildings except except a prison guard? These are jailhouses. These are prisons. I mean, this is not the kind of place you would want a living being to be in, like a square box of a place. I mean, this place at least is kind of nice, but I'm saying, it has a little porch. I mean, but I mean, really, I want to see like the old style, like the cathedrals and the big towers and the free energy devices. Apparently all those structures were energy devices. So I mean, the fact that they're talking about that, and the fact if you're on Lobster and you go to Whiplash, you might have seen the plans for the city called the Line in Saudi Arabia. It's fantastic. Big snowstorm on the way. Well, I'm not going anywhere then, man. I mean, I'm here, but it's gross. It's gross architecture. It's architecture for prisoners. It's architecture for slaves. You know, and I told you that I had a long discussion with Ishmael Paris, and I tried to get out of him what he thought the buildings were going to be like, and he just told me, well, it's whatever you want. I mean, which is not what I really wanted to hear. I wanted him to describe the fabulous architecture and all the cool stuff. But anyway, let me just get one more thing here. One more. I'm down to red. This is actually something of a gang color, but I'm not in a gang. I know that surprises a lot of you, but I'm not actually a gangster, even though I know all the gang signs. And, I know how to get around in the hood. But new housing will be healing, right? It'll be healing. It'll be almost. I envision it as almost being like alive. I mean, they talk about how the spaceships are actually alive healing beds that respond to you. Micro water wheel from my creek and back produces small amounts of electric. Right. 100% hydrogen power, man. New housing will be healing. Right. Our own personal med beds. Yeah, they say that it'll be like a med bed. It was really nice to spend time with him. Yeah. He's such a good, I'm with you. You see the apartments these people are building. I know it's a friggin' jail, man. It's a jail. Who puts people in places like that? Only jailers. I mean, I'm such a nerd. I had to go with my pencil in my pocket. Oh my gosh. You could take the nerd out of the person, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Once a nerd, always a nerd. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so it was really exciting. I mean, he's never really been to Chinatown. He lives 20 minutes away by subway from Chinatown. He's never been there before. We've driven through there on our way out of town, but he's never really been in China. It's just like you have to make choices. You have to decide what you want to choose in life. And I spent years learning how to ski. I was a pretty good skier, and I stopped skiing. I never skied since I was about 20 years old. I never felt it was worth the money or the time. It's just one of those things. But backpacking and canoeing, which I also learned, I do it all. I try to do it whenever I can. So, you never know what you're going to teach your kid. And my brother goes skiing all the time, but he's got the money. But I mean, well, we got we're having troll issues, man. Oh, I can block people. Look at that. Do I need to block you? Are you a? I think it could be. Is this a troll? This is fun, right? Okay. Right. Thank you. I wore a white shirt because I thought I was going to Crown Heights. And in Crown Heights, everyone wears a white shirt. But my bank is still owing as of today. Did you guys, by the way, did you hear Mio's song? Mio is so talented. She is such a talent. I mean, I can't even believe I know a person like that. She's not even, I wonder if she's even human. She's like an angel or something. She's like on such a high level. I feel like she comes out of this 18th century European salon, just like, she just, I don't know, man. I mean, to be surrounded with people like Mio and you guys, and I'm sure if any one of you were to make your own YouTube channel, you'd probably be as amazing. Loretta, Jen Grosso, little boxes yeah. I mean, it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable to put human beings into places like that. Yep. So, all right. So I was looking at the intel. I didn't find it scintillatingly exciting. Do you guys want to go for it or what do you say? But, oh yeah. So Mr. T at flying, man, we'll have hydrogen power. We won't have any of this gasoline nonsense. It's all going to be clean. I mean, like the first time I saw a movie about Tartaria, a guy was going, and I've had this experience myself. You go somewhere in the woods, you're hiking around, and you see a dam. You see a dam that's like unbelievable. It's like, who built that? Nobody in our age could have built that. It's unbelievable with rocks, and it's just every rock is in perfect position. So, these are Tartarian structures. I mean, we call them Tartarian, but I don't know what kind of culture it was, but our history has been completely revamped, rewritten by a bunch of Lizzies. I mean, who would have thought, Someday I'm going to grow up and find out that my world is run by lizards that consume little ones. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? I mean, it's much stranger than any fiction anybody could think of. Thanks, Facebook user, man. Yeah, the white shirt. Yeah, I got it down. I ordered. So, I give all my trade secrets, but I ordered two. I thought they were going to be big bottles of water, but they were these little spray bottles, but they're really like powerful. So I'm spritzing my shirts. I'm not going to iron my shirts. That's I'll take it to the cleaner first, but I really don't want to take things to the cleaner. It's just such a pain in the neck. I think it's so unnecessary. But I mean, I'll do it if I have to. But then if I could take it to the cleaner, I'll never wear it. Why? Oh, it's just taking it to the cleaner. It's perfect. I can't mess it up. I can never wear shirts that go to the cleaner. So what's the point? I'm like, I paid money for this. I'm not gonna get it all wrinkled up, man. I paid good money to get it straightened out. So it's like, I mean, this is how my mind, we've been in the matrix too long. You go to the cleaner, you get your shirt pressed and you wear it. You feel good about it. I look for, when I open the closet in the morning, I say like, well, which one, can I do the least damage to? I mean, I'm gonna wash them, but it's just like, it's like going out. It's like, you have to deal with your issues, just like me getting out of the house today. It took me a half hour to get out of the house. I got out, I locked the door. I thought to myself, these are the wrong shoes. It's raining out. I got to go back. Then I put on the shoes and I came back. I said, but I need my arch support. And then I go back. Well, did I wear the arch support last time with these boots or did I not? And I walk and I said, well, I'm going to, and then, it's just like, it's unbelievable. Like dealing with a human mind, man. It's like, but it is, it is what it is. So, okay, so you guys, you're bored enough. Have I bored people to tears already? Okay, so let's go. Ironing, right? The iron never works for me. You're the same as me, man. Loretta, I just can't deal with it. I'm not getting an iron. I do not, insurance, irons. What else do I not want to get? IRS, taxes. These things I do not deal with. This is out of my, this is another. Right? But the spritz bottle is great, man. I hang it in the bathroom and I spritz it up good, and it comes out, it's got a few little wrinkles. It's not perfect, but who's going to come over with, remember, I see there's a third-degree wrinkle on your left sleeve. I think we really need to do something about this. Maybe you need to talk to my dry cleaner. He knows how to do that. I'm like, oh no, you're not going to get me to a dry cleaner, are you? I suppose he's going to also sell insurance and he's going to do tax forms too. I mean, he's a notary. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not going there. I mean, God, you said art sports instead of heels. Yeah. Well, man, that's the general that wears the dress, right? No, art supports, not heels. Yeah. No, no, it's not my thing, man. I'm not. If I could, I would have, because, like I recognized early, in my more promiscuous days that those guys have more fun than like heteros. But I was just like, I just can't do that. The things they do, I'm not made that way. I just can't, it doesn't work for me. So, yeah. Hey, they don't like it. They can take it there. Yeah. That's why we need Mashiach. Yeah. By smarter being. Yeah. Doorknob, what are you doing here? OMG, Doorknob. I can't believe you joined us. What happened? Unbelievable. You found us. What's up, Doorknob? What's going on, man? You good? Everything all right in your life? Doorknob is to me, when I had like 5 subscribers, Doorknob was my 6th. Right, Doorknob? We go way back, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. Doorknob, she was really upset. Oh, you know what? I have to ask Doorknob. You come on once. Doorknob, let me just ask you this. Once you got really upset with me for talking about extraterrestrials, do you still think extraterrestrials are totally like verboten where we can't talk about it? Or have you become more accepting in that way? I'm just curious. You let me know what you think about it. You don't have to, no pressure, but I'm just curious because I know the last time I mentioned, you said, Ellie, I'm out. And no, because I want to make a point, because I think a lot of people, when we first started talking like that, were like, oh, that's crazy talk. But now I don't think it's crazy talk. I think people have accepted it. My wife does that all the time. Parv. Doorknob. You're too much, man. Yeah, yeah. Well, doorknob, I had 50,000 subscribers, and I lost it was a couple weeks ago, and I lost my backup channel, and we've been making all kinds of arrangements, trying to figure out what to do. And I don't edit my videos anymore. I have my friends in Nepal do it. So I'm like, we're moving and grooving, man, and we're coming back. The channel's starting to pick up steam a little bit, and yeah. Give me one picture. Doorknob, I love you. You're such a skeptic. There are pictures go to the Dumbs channel. There are pictures all over the place. Yeah. Doorknob's old school, man. She's, dim sum is pork. No, we no, it was a vegetarian Chinese place. I mean, they had fake pork, but I didn't even get that. Yeah, bang on. What about Michael? Even my crazy doorknob invisible. I love doorknob. Doorknob, she used to like, she's like, she'll tell you like it is, man. She doesn't beat around the bush. 45 said he's going to complete the mission. Baruch Hashem. The space friends are coming, not the evil ones, the real good ones. Thanks, Melody. Melodies backs me up. What does parv mean? Okay, so I'll explain it. Parv means like neutral. Like, in other words, she's saying it's not it's okay. So parv mean okay. So I explained it a couple weeks ago, but let me go through it again. Parv, not exactly. It doesn't really mean kosher. It's part of kashrus, of the kosher aspect. So it's like this. There's milk and there's meat, and we don't mix milk and meat, right? And then there's parv. Parv means it's neutral. It's not milk and it's not meat, and you can eat parvs with milk or meat, or you can eat parvs by themselves. Parv is like salad or an egg or fish. Fish is parv, yeah, yeah. Fish, well, kind of. Fish is kind of, because some people are fussy about fish, but I mean things like vegetables are parv and fruits are parv, and you can have fruit with yogurt, or you can have fruit with put it on chicken. So it's parv, it's neutral. So doorknob is in nicht ein nicht ahir. She's like saying, it could maybe yes, maybe no. She's neutral. She's parv. Is mixing meat blasphemy? It's not kosher. That's all. It's just not kosher. I mean, we don't have cheeseburgers in the Jewish world. We don't also eat lobster. I mean, we don't eat shellfish. We don't eat pork. We don't eat, a few things. Uh, you know, listen, I'm I'm machmir about. I'm like somewhat strict about kashrus, about keeping kosher, and about Shabbos. Those are the two things that are my main things right now. Why don't you eat pork? Because it's prohibited to us in the Old Testament. It says don't eat. In order to eat an animal, it has to have split hooves and it has to chew its cud. So a pig has split hooves, but it doesn't chew its cud, so it's not kosher. Interestingly enough, when Mashiach comes, they say that pork will be kosher. So such a pain sometimes. I don't think of kashrus as a pain. No bacon, yeah, no shellfish, no pork, no snake, oily fish, no eel. We couldn't eat eel because it doesn't have fins and scales. All our fish had. We don't eat catfish because it doesn't have scales. I mean, yeah, you could make. I think there is. Yeah, you could make a beef bacon, but it's the thing is, it's I don't know. I like it. I would never. I don't. That's one thing that I would never stop keeping is. I would not stop keeping kosher, and I would never. At least I would not stop keeping Shabbos. Um, is Dana Rob doorknob? I don't know. I love at doorknobs, didn't you? Yeah, doorknob is a very she's very nice. She's a very nice person. I mean, I saw her once. She's also very beautiful. So yes, it's but she's a character. I mean, she doesn't let me get away with anything. You guys are like nice compared to doorknob. Doorknob's like extraterrestrials, really, man. She was like a couple of years ago. She's just like, that's it, man. That's where I draw the line. But you can't eat catfish, but you could noodle them, right? I could noodle them. Yeah, I could noodle a catfish, but I can't eat it. Believe me, you're never going to see me noodling a catfish. I mean, I may talk big. IRS stands for illegal. Yeah, that's probably true. Full of parasites. The lion will lay down with the lamb. Yeah, that's true. But doesn't mean that they're going to eat each other. We hope. Dam was built by a carpenter. Yeah. Yeah. The dam, right. Those dams, yeah, those dams that I would see in the woods. I mean, every stone is in place. I mean, who built that? Could be dangerous. Yeah, Lizzie's tastes like chicken, right? But I haven't had any coffee in hours. Boy, it tastes so good. Mr. T, yeah, so okay, so I watched Shira cooking for Shabbos and she used turkey bacon. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing that on Shabbos you're not supposed to cook. You have to do everything ahead of time. But we don't flick light switches because it's like like lighting a fire. Yeah, doorknob is famous. Doorknob is definitely famous. Where did you 50,000 people go? I don't know, man. They just left. YouTube took them, and they're slowly coming back. What I'm up to like 9,000 now, I think. But hey, it's just that's the way of the world, man. I mean, hopefully these sensors will go away soon. I keep waiting for them to go away, but they so far not. They keep hanging on. I never thought I was going to lose the 50. They took the 50 grand. They did. Usually they take they give you one strike and then they give you two strikes. This time they just during a live meeting they took the whole channel. It was. I was, whatever. They, anyway. When you go out, no wallet or keys on Shabbos, right? No wallet or keys, exactly right. You can't carry on Shabbos. I wonder if some of your audience was bots. It could be, yeah. Something happened in Texas. They'll find you. I did. They'll find you? Yeah. Okay, good. Good. Next. Okay, so let's get back to business here. Okay, guys, let's get serious. Next, alleged bank closures, customer bank, PA. Okay, all these banks are going down, man. And they'll find you. I wish my old girlfriends would look for me the way my peeps on the channel. All my girlfriends. I call them up. I'm like, you want to get a cup of coffee? They're like, well, maybe I can pencil you in like 3 years. You want to get together? I mean, yeah. Hey, Karen, from Telegram. Oh, right. That makes sense. No fear. Yeah, no fear, man. That's it. Thank you, Karen. Um, oh yeah, I left my wife. Yeah, I did. I mean, we're not, we haven't finished all the legal things, but it's, look, we're better, we're really good friends. We're still really good friends. I mean, I said, we send her things. I told her if I make a lot of money on lobster, I'll definitely give her money. And she was happy to hear that. Um, I moved out. I moved out. Um, she's not gone. She's still there. I didn't rub her out. I mean, she's she's, they're old. Yeah, that you're probably, I think of my old girlfriends like, well, we were 15 at the time and now she's like, 60, 68, 66. Probably not exactly the same. Too many dishes, yeah. Yeah, I may. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm not worried. At this point, at this point, I feel like I don't really have time for a woman. I just see her alone in your apartment. Yeah, yeah. I'm alone in my apartment, man. I can do whatever I want. Nobody yells at me. Nobody washes dishes during the shows, and it's just. And I'm also. I don't know. You can't really see what's behind me. You have to come during the day, doorknob. But when you see the view out here, you'll understand why I left. Someone else for intel, somewhere else for intel. Yeah, right. Hadassah Ariel's is had it with me. All right. Well, let's do some intel. I'm sorry, Hadassah Ariel. I'll get back to work. Here we go. You guys ready? Okay. She takes more pills than Barry can make. Your hair is getting darker from the ASEA. It really is. Yeah, and my beard is getting darker too. I think. Pretty cool, right? I just, I want to have full, like 19-year-old functioning, man. That's, rawr, and somebody to test it out on. Somebody holds still long enough. All right, here we go. I'm sorry, I'm losing it. Let me put this up. I'm going to go to our Intel channel here. We're gonna go here like so. Okay, doorknob, man. I'm so happy to see you, doorknob. Really. Hey, Jill. Gloria, my only ex-husband and I parted ways amicably. Yeah, I've parted friends with all three of my wives, and actually, the half wife, the one that I bought a house with, we did really not part friends. We did not. But the three that I was actually married to, yeah, you know, well, if I called them up today, no, they wouldn't want to. No. But yeah, God help everyone during this crazy time. It's a crazy time. Absolutely. All right. So let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Select a chat. Let's find a chat. Okay. I'm going to check with my white hats first. I always check with them first. Doorknob. I can't believe you're back. Let's see. Scruffy Scruggs comes in once in a while. She still checks up on me. This is still about treason. Yeah. No, this treason one we've read about. It's really raining out. I can hear it on the thing. All right, let's try another one. Let's see what to. I don't know if. Let's go here. All right. Maybe I've looked through this thoroughly, and okay. Mr. T, all-time hits, just 3 drops. One is March 14th, 4-year delta, and another has a perfect 12-17 string. 24-hour warning. Be vigilant, see something, say something, know your surroundings at all times. That's from 17. Doorknob, you listening, man? I'm doing intel. Be vigilant at all times. US, UK, France, Italy. See something, say something, Narrative change needed. Fake news attempting to rebrand harmful testimony and instead provide misleading info into their readers. Enemy of the people. Okay, that's with the old Tucker man, right? Now I'm getting ready for the KILL 17 plus. Let me just see what these say. Okay. Be vigilant. These 4 radical left investigations of your all-time favorite president, me, is just a continuation of the most disgusting witch hunt in the history of our country. All right, I'm not going to go into that one. All right, we got that. Let's see what this is. Godspeed to those who will be put in harm's way. You are the bravest men and women on earth. We will never forget. All share one title in common, and that's the title of hero. And then they have the Lord's Prayer. I mean, that's the Lord's Prayer is called Psalm 23, right? Psalm 23 is called the Lord's Prayer, and that's from November 3rd. 69 American alligators. A massive asteroid the size of almost 69 American alligators is set to pass by Earth on Tuesday, according to NASA's asteroid tracker, the Jerusalem Post. 69 American alligators. What the heck does that mean? That's from Vincent Kennedy? I don't know. The world is changing. BRICS countries overtake the G7 in share of world GDP. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa now provide 31.5% of global GDP and further projected growth, while Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United Kingdom, and the United States provide 30.7%. With the leadership of G7 continue to reference themselves as the global community, as if no one else makes a difference. The world is changing. Possible U.S. hypersonic missile test launch conducted off the coast of Southern California today. Let me just redo this. Doorknob, I didn't have this fancy microphone when I had the little clip-on thing, right? I still have those in my box. I don't really use them, but okay. Hadass Ariel, you're too much. Okay, possible the hypersonic. Okay, let's see what else. U.S. forces lead to intensified joint military drills in response to North Korean provocations. Huntington Bank selling off stock, just a heads up. Thoughts on taking out the Mexican drug cartel. Israel is last and the end of the plan. I don't know. Oh, this is Kay Habening. I'm going to share her on the Intel channels. I really like her Intel. She doesn't have any, she's not an ego person. I like that. Put it on Gila's channel and on, yeah, I mean, Doorknob was upset because I had a friendship with Gila, I think, back in the day. But it wasn't, we're just friends. But tomorrow my daughter turns 36. Beautiful. 90% of you ones gone. That's good to hear. So K happenings. Okay, so I shared that on the channels. Purchase the tokens that are loaded. Many will be loaded soon. Fully loaded are normally 2 to 4 plus trillion. You will notice oftenly 80 billion get loaded as a start. Obviously, there is an army behind this. The stock, metals, assets all get pegged, tied to the tokens in the event. They are being held back, manipulated now for the entire planet and the event. This is some interesting intel, right? Just the same as XRP pegging to gold. SEC conference will be analyzed dark. This drop is XRP plus the QFS. The masked resident is going to collapse all the stock markets, the likes that no one has ever seen before on this planet. There will be a precision cyber attack on these companies. There will be a transfer of wealth into ledger technology named Stellar, and Algorand is very possible later. Okay, everybody got that? XLM, it's a blonde woman, man. Yeah. 77, man. That's beautiful, Ruth. Are we Israel? I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Rebbe said that all the world will be Israel. And when Mashiach gets here, that everyone will be Israel. So I think that's pretty cool about these crumbs about the QFS. See the reverse psychology. Up is down, left is right, electric cars. Right, like electric cars are really going to do anything. I mean, they still need power. How do you think they get the power for the electricity? They burn stuff, they burn fossil fuels. So we have to switch to hydrogen energy. That's the next step. 444 years. So like a down night, is that because I started late? I don't know. But, a lot of people just kind of come in and out, and that's okay. All part of an elaborate scam. We believe that blockchain and link will make the world more fair. To speed up the process of cryptocurrency mass adoption, we decided to run 500,000 link giveaway. To participate, visit. Okay, so they're giving. It's all part of an elaborate scam. This is a scam. Okay, so do not fall for the link. Chain link, it's a scam. That's what they're saying. Stay away. The Russian army is the last bastion against the satanic New World Order. Literal quote from the official Russian officer's handbook. This crisis is not like anything we have seen since President Nixon took the US dollar off gold in 1971. When this crisis and war is over, the US dollar should be much weaker and the renminbi much stronger, backed by a basket of commodities. Okay. Internet blackout imposed in India, West Bengal, to avoid unlawful activities. Internet blackout. High whip. He is telling the internet in Russia and Belarus will probably get shut down on March 11th. Okay, it's already March 13th, right? Tomorrow is Pi Day, by the way. It's going to be 3.14. So it should be an interesting day. Happy Idaho. Happy birthday, Ruth. Happy birthday, Ruth. Dim sum is pork. No pork. Safe sex. Yeah, like fine wine. Tesla Energy will make everything run with stator box. Did I miss intel? No, I'm still doing it, man. I got it. Okay, so let's see. Florida Senate passes voting bill to create election crimes agency. Who killed Gilligan? That's the mystery, man. Who killed Gilligan? You don't want to be a butterfly? Okay. Rattletrap 1776. Here's Here's you a pamphlet to read along with CIC Mr. T's speech tonight. Those who don't understand, there's a vivid and clear federal continuity directives, 1 and 2, that paint the picture of what's been taking place the past 6 years. My inauguration, I will cancel every policy that's brutalizing our farmers. When we become together the 47th Prez, will you stand up to the bad guys? Let me see what they just put down. Okay, let's look at this. Here's a real post. Okay, this looks like a very interesting post. Finally, we got some good intel. Doorknob, if you're still here, I got some good intel for you. Okay, here we go. Black Swan event, banking collapse. We already knew this event was here and now. The sheep are seeing the collapse. This is nothing new for patriots, for 17s who have been following my channel and several channels the past 2 years and a half as we've been warning of this event coming. They are using this event as a false flag to steal the news story cycles and cover up the gain of, you know what, from Dr. F, the investigation into JB, all these things. The truth is, the big part of the U.S. markets and banking collapse took place in October 2021. Since then, the rocker people regimen, all the elites have been changing, fixing the stock market reports, the U.S. yearly financial reports, and stealing money from investors. The past 2 years, thousands of banks across the world closed, including top insurance companies and retailers through Germany, France, UK, US, and past 5 months, major banks are pulling money and investors are pulling money, and banking collapse has been buzzing in the biggest investor reports across the globe. The real truth. Okay, guys, you ready for the real truth? Mr. T. What am I reading? Yeah. Okay. The real truth. Mr. T, the guy from the country with a C that starts with a C, India, Ben Salman, have pushed the Great Reset agenda forward by years and created a massive panic among future 500 companies, BlackRock, State Street, Wall Street, controlled by the elites. Game theory operations ensure the collapse of the elites under their own plans. Friday was the signal collapse of the banking sectors of the public domain collapse, which means the hidden banking collapse is now public domain and growing. In other words, this already happened. These banks are already dead, but that now it's becoming public. It's kind of like Ruth, the judge, she was like, or the queen. I mean, these, they parade them out when they're ready. Now the Great Reset button has been pushed, forced into an untimely manner, years ahead of time. Confusion has set in Middle America, Africa, EU, US as a global warming agenda is being exposed, and oil and gas markets are in confusion, and EU experiencing its highest energy collapse seen in decades in a major crisis. And the country C and the country R see the biggest increase in their markets, and the yuan replaces the American dollar as the #1 trading money in the world. The US fiat elite is in a public collapse. The only choice they have now is to initiate the Great Reset banking agenda all too early, and to much mistakes is already happening as world investors have jumped ship, and the original DS plan to use Chinese CCP money has been blocked, and EU Roth kids have gone private, hiding their money. The Middle East sectors who had planned to invest in this endeavor have now canceled their allegiance to the Western deep state regimen and are backing BRICS. So they're talking about Saudi Arabia. Okay, so I'm giving you guys some real intel here. I hope you're happy. I had told you in 2021-22, the deep state in US was going to launch their digital currency, and this first central digital currency will collapse. We told you both DS, Deep State, and White Hat Alliance want the banking collapse to happen. White Hats have game theory operations in place, the plan. Right now, the world markets are in panic, and the DS, Fortune 500, BlackRock, Rothschild are going bankrupt, and they were hoping this war in this country, global warming and the medical things, would fund their agenda and keep the world fiat banking system running smoothly with the Great Reset. But that didn't happen. As Russia stopped this country and all the laundering, the money they needed. So they didn't get the money they needed. Ben Zalman stopped $2 trillion being sent to DC Davos regimen and went with China. Cheyenne Mountain intentionally forced the full collapse of the deep state United States corporation happening now. How did Q the Storm Rider know in January 2020 we were going into nuclear event? The world banking collapse was going to happen. The medical exposure would go to Congress. These things would be exposed. Musk was backed by the military to acquire Twitter, et cetera, trust the plan. Goes on. Durham versus Durham, the double military operations of game theory. Follow the White Rabbit ops. Cables. Durham exposes the DS through the U.S. court systems. Whether or not JD has been infiltrated by DS and intentionally forced to fail to succeed in his prosecution of them, or if he is just beginning to real work, military game theory operations are in place to succeed in both matters. What matters most is behind the scenes. Military operations put Durham in the hot seat. In all the scenarios of the outcomes of Durham's investigations, failed or not, military operations are slated for U.S. military courts and tribunals. You all know Mr. T is coming with vengeance, and military is behind him, and the current collapse of the DS banking is incoming, and their attempted emergency Great Reset digital currency will fail. Why is General Flynn against Durham and saying Durham is deep state and been compromised? Why are several podcasters inside the Trump circle like Mel K also saying Durham is compromised? Why is Kash Patel telling you to trust Durham? Why does Mr. T flip between trusting Durham and not trusting Durham? Who's telling the truth? Answer. They're all telling the truth. Behind the scenes, this is great intel, right? You guys appreciate this? So we have 576, should be 5,000, should be 50,000 people here. I mean, what's up, man? Just because I don't have tattoos, you know? I mean, come on, man. What's up with that? I mean, I don't know. Behind the scenes retribution for Crossfire Razor, QPS attacks against Flynn, General Flynn going after the elites and the three-letter agencies, and is naming names directly, including Comey, JB, OB, the CIA, whatever, backed by military intelligence to bring down the U.S., the bad guys. I can't even say bad guys. Behind the scenes, retribution for Crossfire Hurricane. Mr. T sues the U.S. government, and the three-letter agency that starts with an F begins the full exposure of the U.S. corporation headed by these intel agencies. Sorry, I'm such a noisy drinker. Behind the scenes, the retribution. Okay. Durham will get caught up in the storm of exposure of the U.S. government, whether he is a black hat or not. It doesn't matter. The storm of the century is coming as the system collapses. Sorry. Storm of the century is coming as the elite system is collapsing, the banking is collapsing, leading to exposure of the laundering operations, collapse heading to military intervention. This is a great post. As the U.S. collapses and the DS push for war, and China begins halting world shipping exports and EU markets collapse following the U.S. You have been warned many, many times here in Q the Storm Rider channel of the chaos to hit U.S. streets and hard moments in the U.S. to go into the darkness moments in the near-death civilization event, nuclear standoff, banks collapse, super cyber attacks, huge demonstrations leading to riots, the full collapse of the DS U.S. corporations. All this leads to military occupation, 11.3, which is really today, right? No, it was a couple of days ago, right? And inside the aftermath of the storm lay the courts and tribunals. Who created the little bug, right? BO transferred to the country U to Wu. Who created this? How were the selection process stolen throughout the world? How was Mr. T, a sitting U.S. president, removed through a military coup? In the end, Durham is already in the hands of the U.S. military courts. Everything happening now is just optics. You guys got this? Everything is optics now. It's all a movie. They're going to have tribunals later. Game theory being played out. Military alliance pulling the strings. How's that for intel, man? I don't get 50,000. Doesn't like Philly G has gets hundreds of thousands, millions of people, I mean, I got the looks, man. Come on. What's up with that? Optics, yeah. So yeah, this is awesome information. This is real deal intel. Old news. I don't know. Yeah, it is old news, but we need to keep hearing it. Yeah, it changes over time. Hey, Jenny Mac. You like the music more than the intel? Unbelievable. What about both? Anyway, okay, so that's pretty heady stuff, man. That it all basically leads to the military. Durham may be this, he may be that. You want me to play some music? Should I play a tune? I just have to think if I can muster it. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool stuff. I mean, it's not really my intel. I didn't figure it out. But all this stuff where you figure it out, on Friday at 4 o'clock, somebody's going to come by with a balloon, and then there's going to be a pea shooter on the corner and slingshot, pew, hitting the balloon, and the balloon's going to pop, and suddenly the Senate will go down, and I mean, all this stuff, man. Anyway, about money and crickets for the children. It's all because you don't always do the same kind of subjects on your channel. Right. Yeah, I mean, we got to mix it up a little bit, man. It's just like it's dull. It's boring to do the same thing. Listen, there'll be more. I think there's going to be a lot more peeps coming, but it just maybe people have to grow up a little bit. I mean, yeah, if John Durham, yeah, BO name means like tightening from heaven. He fell, lightning from heaven. Yeah, yeah. Barak is lightning. Yeah, varieties of sparse of life. I mean, gosh, it's just I don't know. It's okay. Look, we're getting by. I mean, my numbers are going up now. I mean, my like financial numbers in YouTube, and at this, the chutzpah of these people. They sent me a letter today. They said your revenue has dropped more than 50%. I'm like, well, why don't you give me my channel back? Duh. I mean, oh my gosh, You had 3 successful marriages. Yes, that's a very good way to look at it, Mark. I did have 3 successful marriages. I have a beautiful boy. I had with the second wife, I got to do things that I never thought were even possible. And with the first wife, man, she was groovy. You're right. I had 3 successful marriages. That's such a nice way to put it. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, the Lord's Prayer. All right. So what I'm trying to think. The world is changing. Yeah, we knew that. Okay, so all this other intel I've seen. Let me just see what. Let's see what the Storm Rider has. As Greta Thunberg deletes 218 tweets saying world will end in 2023. Okay, Greta, you're okay, man. The hunters become the hunted. Hunter, the big guy, major investors in Biota. I don't know. I can't really handle any more intel. Ghislaine Maxwell is a close friend with Nathan Wolf, aka Virus Hunter. Wolf thanks Gilligan and Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Money laundering. Okay, this is a little specific for my channel. Yeah, this is a bit too specific for us about the medical thing. And then they have the thing about Durham. Whether or not Durham's white hat or black hat doesn't matter. Yep. Wow, South Carolina bill would label abortions as, serious crime. Situation update, March 13th, 2023. The bailout commences. Banking system flooded with billions in liquidity to delay total collapse. Janet Yellen announces Treasury backstop of deposits for 3 failed banks. FDIC says it will use the Deposit Insurance Fund money, claims no taxpayer money will be used for bailouts, but that's a lie. FDIC has more than 100 billion max, and bailouts will cost more. After FDIC burns through cash, Fed will print money for bailouts. Banks encouraged to act recklessly, running risky bets that will fail. We've entered the chapter where Fed prints money to bail out the failed banks. This will cause inflation and dollar deflation. Currency collapses. There are nearly 100 trillion in bank deposits across USA, over 300 trillion in derivative exposures among banks. FDIC has already burned through all its cash as of today. How will the FDIC cover the next bank collapse? Rational people will pull money out of the banks to reduce risks of exposure to collapse. More people will move to gold, silver, crypto, ammo, and other hard assets. As Fed raises interest rates even higher, more banks will fail. Controlled demolition of the banking sector and the U.S. economy. That's pretty cool intel, man. Okay, maybe I don't have, maybe I have the raw good looks, but, maybe, I'm not as, okay, listen, I don't have the same kind of body as Jaco. Okay. All right, I'll give Jaco that, man. I mean, he's got, and Nino, man, is a professional fighter, man. I couldn't fight my way out of a paper bag, let's be honest. But I got the intel, man. So, 503 peeps. I'm happy. Doorknob came back. I mean, I get no respect. I mean, that's just the way it is. Talk about developing habits. I saw a lady I followed for a while. She said she took all the shots and tests, and then she's sick. Okay. Vermont has a lot of granite. Special place here. Vermont is a special place. Intel music. Okay, so let's do some music. It's getting late because I started late. I'm sorry about the late stuff, man. Let me see if I could play tonight. I did actually touch my guitar at some point today, I seem to remember. I think I could play. If you guys still want me to do it, to try. Okay. I just want to give a shout out to Rabbi Fuchs, who taught my son in pre-1A. Was it pre-1A or was it kindergarten? I can't remember. But he was able to run from his seat as a teacher. He could pull anything. He could pull prizes out. He could pull out tickets. He could, he could have your mom on the phone in 2 seconds. I mean, he was really a teacher's teacher. All right, let's see. They're younger and already buffed. We're like, you get slouchy intel, like this slouchy dude, man, who's got this ASEA's rubby. He's like trying to get his hair back, and you got these like Buffy, Jaco and Nino and Phil and all these, heavy duty Patriot channels. And I've always been, I have to confess that I am just the eternal sucker for the underdog, man. You give me an underdog, man, I'm gonna be like, I just love an underdog. I mean, I've always been like that. I just can't help myself that way. It's like a personality, like serious defect, right? Yeah, but they're so buff, man. They're like professional soldiers, professional fighters, you know, the hippie nerd channel, right? Better late than never. Let me just turn on my one thing here. Just want to get my humidifier blasting for. Here we go. You get and you have a guy who doesn't have to go to the dry cleaner, man. I mean, how cool is that? I got my own spritzer bottle. Yeah. Pretty cool, yeah. All right. All right, let's see. Is my guitar working? Not really. What's going on here? Yeah. Doesn't sound like it's really. Are you hearing it? No, it's just playing through the microphone. Okay, let me just try. Turn it up. Yeah, that I think we're getting a little bit of guitar. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Maybe my battery's out already. Anyway. I have the wrong song here. All right. It's not playing through the amplifier, but it's okay. I don't know. A lot of bells and whistles. Lizzie's in the garden. Let's do snakes. I think snakes are more colorful and to the point. Snakes in the garden messed with our Mother Eve. We crossed the splitting sea, but we were never free. This is the Great Awakening. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Twin towers stacks of gold, all the lives they stole. The little ones disappeared, we run to work in fear. This is the Great Awakening. Welcome to the Great Awakening. All along the countryside, people sat and cried. How much longer can it be? Great Awakening, the Great Awakening, the Great Awakening, Great Awakening. I went down to the ocean, had a look all around. I never thought I'd find that kind of peace of mind. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Welcome to the Great Awakening. I think Mio does it better, man. Mio is like, she is so on to this. You know what? Let me just see one thing. This will take me a half a second. Are you guys tired? Did I lose hundreds of people? I lost like 200 people already, and a few little strums of the guitar, and 200 people have fled, including Doorknob. Doorknob's gone, long gone. She's probably watching Phil G talking about, the real deal. Okay, so I have batteries, but I can't seem to find them. Hello. All right. Such is life. Let's see. Let me just see if I can. You're still here. Thanks, Jill. Went out on a Friday, dust by my side, down dry gully through the ring of fire. Above the clouds left the eagles behind, purple and green, cold metal grind. The winds of Jericho, the winds of Jericho, faceless maiden called out to me, left a silver slipper and a cup of hot tea. She said, never ride in the open to a prophet's grave. Better fill your basket with sky and wave. Winds of Jericho. The winds of Jericho. Wake up time, my sleepy ones. Open your eyes to the rising morn. Climb to her window, but don't touch her bed. The promised land is straight ahead. The winds of Jericho. The winds of Jericho. The winds of Jericho. Yeah, we're coming into the promised land, man. It's coming faster and faster. Now we got these banksters going down. It's only a matter of time. Just another domino, right? Another domino going down. Do we still have the EBS blues, or is that gone? That's gone away. Kitchen shelves are fully stocked. I got bottled water under my cot. Oh Lord, I got those EBS blues. Dr. Fauci got that ouchie. Skipper and Gilligan, they were no slouchies. Oh Lord, I got these blues. I'm waiting for 10 days of darkness. I just want to see the first arrest. Oh, tell me, please, Lord, why is that general wearing a dress? I got the EBS blues. I got those low-down EBS blues. Oh, Lord, I got them, the EBS blues. Yeah. And Carl, you can also, there are cures, like you can give them the patches. I think the patches in ASEA, I think it's worth it, worth trying. It's it's unspeakable, the madness involved in this. It's just it's beyond. It's beyond. Yeah, let's hope she got the placebos. But there are cures out there. There are ways of dealing with this, and eventually we will have the med beds. And the med beds, that apparently there's a type of med bed that just takes care of that. And I'm sure, I mean, I don't know. I like the life wave patches. I like to see it, but you have to decide for yourself. I've heard of other things out there. There are other cures. I think SG Anon has something on his channel. There's some natural remedies. But anyway, yeah, I know. I'm giving my mom some patches now because she got this. And she's in good health for a 92-year-old. She's driving a car, but she's starting to have some issues, and I'm hoping that I'll let you know. I got her a bunch of patches, and I got it shipped to her house. As soon as she starts, I'll let you know. Drums, right? Catching the vibe. Nice real news. Medbeds, yeah, but you don't have to wait, man. They have to wake up first. They have to be willing to do it. Ionic foot bath. I mean, there's all kinds of things you could try. I want organic healing, nothing that's plugged in to work. Yeah. West Virginia legislature has passed a bill. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, playing live. Some nights it just, like tonight, I'm not like 100% into it. I mean, it's not that I'm into it. It's just like some nights it doesn't sound so. It's the battery went dead again. Yeah, I'm getting patches from my mom to see if she'll. She's so sweet. She called me today. I was running down the stairs to catch the subway. She called. We do. She just got a new phone. My brother bought her a new phone, and she now has a real phone, and now she's discovered. Is it Facebook? The whatever it is where you can actually see each other. So she calls me and I'm like, I have my all my rain gear on and I'm puffing down the stairs and she's calling me and I'm trying to catch a subway and I'm buzzed out of my mind trying to figure out like which subway am I supposed to take and what. It's very confusing when you're for me anyway. I'm used to like sitting here in this crow's nest and then to go out and amongst the peeps and just like trains rattling by and people going in every different direction. And then my mom calls, but yeah, I'm going to try out the patches on her and see what happens. Yeah, it's good. But the ice wave patches, yeah, for pain. And Dream Shine. Yeah, I got the Dream Shine too. I just bought the Dream Shine. I have the other one, the daytime one. Where are you getting? Yeah, it's really heartbreaking. I mean, I would just say don't wait, man. Do something. Lots of organic snack today. Yeah, I'm getting everything. Everything that's coming to my kitchen says to be organic. Now, do you guys, let me ask you this before we close up tonight, because it's getting late. What do you know about this company? Yeah, everybody see it? Let's see, I can hold it up here, right? What do you know about these guys? I mean, because, Nature's Promise Organic. Everything now in the supermarket is Nature's Promise Organic. But this is like a big company. I hope they're legit, man, because I'm buying a lot of their products, hoping that it's organic. I just bought some organic olive oil from what's that old company? Let's say it's a mom and pop thing. Yeah, thank you, Raven. Yeah, I really thank everyone who's supporting us with these health things. I think it's I think it's really amazing. Hey there, amazing. Thanks. Let's see us now. Mordechai, was magst du? Bella Shab. Bella Shab? I thought it was Bella Schwab. Yeah? Was worried about you. Yeah, you can have bugs too, right? Homegrown is best. Yeah, but I can't grow anything in my apartment house. In my the music was some great products and stories. Thank you, Mark. Did you see silver today? Yeah, silver's going up, right, guys? Moroccan olive oils. Interesting. Organic and natural means that they can put a sliver of organic peach in it and call it organic. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of that. I have to find, I don't know. I have to check out this company. It just sounds too good to be true. Cleaning and talking to your sister. All right, guys. So we'll reconvene tomorrow. Sorry I was late today. I'll try not to make it a habit to. Moroccan hash, pretty good too. Gary, you always got the last word, man. Grow sprouts. Yeah, that's probably a good solution. That seems to be like the best organic food source. Spirit walker, that depends. Well, I like the Purium. I mean, I definitely at least shake. I think I'm going to increase to 2 shakes a day. We better not see any bailout business. Let them dry it up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to check out this company. It's called Nature's Promise. It just sounds too good to be true. All right, guys, we'll see you in the morning and get some rest. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for putting up with me for, I'm sorry I'm late again. And we'll catch you guys in the morning. Just, it's happening, man. We're in the storm. It's just got to play itself out. There were thousands. Yeah. We just started a new batch of sprouts. Cool. Silver went up 6%. Nice. All right, guys. Ciao. Ciao, Bella. And we'll see you in the morning. God bless.